So last week we worked on putting a texture on top of our image. This time we want to try mixing more than one together. So for example, I might start here with a bubble texture, kind of find a good one to use here, and then save it to my computer. So I think this one looks pretty good. I'll go ahead and save it. And then I'll also find a grass texture as well. Just kind of looking around for a really kind of high contrast one where it has like really light parts and really dark parts. And then I'm going to hop back over to Photoshop and do File, Place Embedded twice, one for each texture I found. You can use as many textures for this as you want in this step. So I'm going to do File, Place Embedded again. This one came in a bit small, so I'm going to make sure to make it a bit bigger before I place it. So I kind of made it big to cover the screen, and then I'll click the check mark. So when you have more than one texture, you can blend them together too using all your blend modes. So for example, I'm kind of just looking through here, seeing which one I like for that bubble texture. And then I'll do the same thing again for the grass. And this can help give a kind of different effect to how your tree or other item looks like. So you don't have to find the exact texture you need every time, you can try mixing them together. Then I'm going to click on the layer that has my main item on it and use Object Select to get that selection again so that I can add the same layer mask to my other two layers. Kind of clip them down to the same size. So whenever you're combining these, you can get more flexible putting different textures together. Like look at this tree now. It looks different if I have just one of the two textures, but it looks different from the original too. And this is how you can take an image and make it totally different by kind of blending them together using your blend modes we learned about earlier this week. If you think a texture is too strong, you can change the opacity too. So that's going to be this slider on the top right here. That changes how much you can see that layer. So 100% you fully see the layer. 0% it goes all the way away. And then everything in between is kind of like that big slider to go through and see how it looks. Let's try using multiple textures on our pictures to really help make it into our own design.